Hi friends, how's it going? My name is Joy and this is Index Joy, and today we have a pick a card regarding the question how the divine wants to nurture the shadow self. So this is the fourth part in the series of going through the Major Arcana, and today's Arcana is the Empress. And the Empress usually talks about nurturing and talks about honing in on the more divine, more receptive energies that we have. And so there are 4 piles today. We have pile 1 with the Visconti Tarot. We have pile 2 with the Klimt Tarot. We have pile 3 with the Soul Tarot. And we also have pile 4 with the Dancing in the Dark Tarot. So you can meditate here as always to pick your pile, but if not, and you already know your pile, then timestamps will be listed down below. I'll see you there. Hi pile 1, if you've chosen the Visconti Tarot, then this is your reading. So today we're asking the question of how the divine wants to nurture the shadow self. And let's begin. I'm gonna draw a few of let's draw some theme cards first. We're gonna draw some theme cards. So we're gonna start with the Zodiac Moon reading cards. All right, divine, please tune me into my pile 1s in regards to the question of how the divine wants to nurture the shadow self. So how does the divine want to nurture the shadow self of pile 1? Oops. Yeah, this is why I don't shuffle. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's grab a couple of the thematic cards. How does the divine want to nurture? Thank you. The shadow self. So your first card is actually Sun and Sagittarius, Adventure. Stride out into new territory. All right. And you also have Sun in Libra, Harmony. Enjoy life with music, love, and romance. Whenever I pull this deck, I'm always reminded of my dear friend, Eden, who owns the amazing Garden of Eden gemstone company. And this definitely feels a lot like her because she has the Sun in Sagittarius and Moon in Libra. But anyways, hello if you're watching. So when it comes to how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self right now, it feels like you are embarking on a new adventure in regards to your relationships, especially with the Sun in Sagittarius adventure and Sun in Libra harmony. It feels like you're becoming a lot more passionate. And if this doesn't resonate in regards to relationships, this could be the relationship with yourself. It feels like you are embarking on this newness in regards to finding out more sides of yourself or sides of yourself within a partnership. You might be listening to new music. You might just kind of be treating yourself differently. That's basically how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self. It feels kind of like there's this break in who you are, and there's this wanting to kind of rise out from the ashes, because I'm drawn to this bird here, which reminds me of a phoenix. It feels like there's this essence of you that wants to come out from hiding and come out into this new adventure and explore different sparks about yourself, different sides of yourself. And the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self by allowing yourself to kind of step into this new territory. Again, maybe stepping into listening to new music, maybe, again, treating yourself in new ways, maybe eating new foods, eating, consuming new content, kind of falling in love with yourself and the relationships surrounding you. So that's how your shadow self wants to be nurtured by the divine right now. I'm drawn to this camel here, and this camel is adorned with these flowers and beautiful garments surrounding them. And it feels like when it comes to this exploring this new side of yourself, it's taking it slow, being able to enjoy life as it comes and enjoying each step you're taking in discovering this new sense of yourself. There's no pressure involved, and I think that's one of the biggest aspects in regards to how your shadow wants to be nurtured and how the divine wants to nurture your shadow self, is not putting so much pressure on time as well. Just kind of taking it slow, taking it day by day, taking it as it comes, and moving in a direction which feels good to you, which feels like you are, where you can feel confident, where you can feel self-assured, where you can feel overall just happy. And it's not to say you're not going to have bad days. We all have bad days. It's just you're recognizing that life moves in waves and moves in cycles. So some days are going to be good, some days are going to be bad, and you're not trying to live up to a standard where every day has to be a good day. You're just kind of living in this contentment of recognizing that each day is going to come. What's meant for me is meant for me. And as I explore new sides of myself, things will shift around. Okay, so we're gonna pull a couple of cards from the Visconti Tarot to further on in this reading. So how does my pile one's divine self want to nurture the shadow self? So right away we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, and then you have the 10 of Cups in reverse. That's interesting. I say it's interesting because it's right next to the Sun in Libra harmony, like in regards, because the 10 of Cups is usually connotes emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness, but I feel like this is very inwards because it's reversed. It feels not like it's not going to happen for you. It feels more like you're pulling this inwards into yourself. All right, with this 9 of Wands in reverse, it feels like you're going to be a little bit more experimental because the 9 of Wands uprights connotes pragmatism's intuition to danger. In this particular Visconti tarot deck, it just feels like more of you are in a mode where you're not letting past fears dictate how you move about the world. You're not letting the past dictate your decisions anymore. It just kind of feels like there's this new, more revitalized energy where you don't get emotional fulfillment from others. You get emotional fulfillment from yourself. And that is such a huge shift. Oh, I didn't even see this. That was okay. You have the Devil upright. You also have the Ten of Swords in reverse. You also have the High Priestess in reverse, and then the Fool in reverse. Okay. So in regards to how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self, yeah, it feels again like with a lot of these cards in reverse, it feels like this is a very you thing. Like, yes, I said earlier with the relationships, and it can extend outwards to the people around you, but this definitely feels like a you thing. So the divine wants you to really focus on yourself, your soul, your body, and recognize that the newness that you're embarking on right now is one where you can act foolish, where you don't always have to be aligned with your intuition. It feels like this is a point in your life where you're allowing yourself to make mistakes and recognizing that there are no real mistakes, as the famous Bob Ross puts it. There are no mistakes, they're just happy accidents. And with each happy accident, you're understanding yourself more and more. You're understanding yourself in the ways in which you work, and you're not shaming sides of yourself that you once villainized. It feels like how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self is recognizing that your shadow self exists, recognizing with this double card here that you have things in which might not feel the most comfortable or feel the most like high vibrational love and light kind of deal, but you still love those parts anyways. You still accept those parts anyways. And let me just get the clarifier for the 10 of Swords here. All right. So the Ten of Swords in the Visconti Tarot connotes period of affliction, physical pain, psychological depression. And because it's reversed, it feels like you're recognizing where those discomforts in you lie. You're recognizing that they're a part of life, and you're not putting yourself out to be someone who is going through a sob story. That's how it feels. This kind of feels like, you know, in a movie where like one of the characters is going through a lot, like they're going through quite like a heavy burden, a heavy load, but they kind of pick themselves back up again. And it's not that they shame themselves for being in the states of physical pain and psychological depression. It's more that they're recognizing ways in which they can mitigate and console and cope with the everyday going through it, you know? It feels kind of like you're using soul care. You are going into a place of really understanding how you can work with it, with these pains and not against it. For example, if you're going through a grieving time at this moment, my dearest condolences first off, but Secondly, how the divine wants you to nurture that part of yourself is recognizing that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be upset. It's okay for this moment in your life, for this experience in your life to exist. You know, I don't think anyone comes in this world with a happy-go-lucky life. We all have something that we're dealing with behind the scenes. And I think you're recognizing that. And you're recognizing that in those behind the scenes moments that you're able to console yourself and nurture yourself in the best ways that you can. So for example, other than shaming yourself for wanting to go and order food, like because you don't have the emotional capacity to cook at the moment, you will be like, it's okay. Like, I understand and recognize right now that I'm not in a state or an ability where I can cook, so I should go easy on myself and know that I'm taking care of myself the best that I can. And that's really how the divine wants you to nurture this shadow self of yours, is that it's being able to take it easy and not be so hard on yourself, and recognizing that you are doing the best you can with what you have at the moment. Yeah, okay. Well, I love that for you. So let's get a few cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle in regards to some more practical ways in which, or more explicit ways in which the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self. And I really hope you don't feel bad for knowing that this is happening. I hope this really just kind of pumps you up more to recognize that you can allow yourself to have this grace period and this time to really nurture yourself. It's okay to nurture yourself. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to pour back into yourself. I feel like you're my group that is just beautiful beings who take care of everyone around you, and you're probably like the mom friend of the group. You probably have very nurturing qualities, or the dad friend, of the group, or the parental figure of the group. It just feels like you're someone who pours into others a lot, but you're really hard on yourself, you know? It feels like you're someone who puts a lot of pressure on succeeding and puts a lot of pressure on doing things the right way and being a bit perfectionist. And trust me, I've been there. I go through that still, and I recognize it's hard because sometimes when we have gone through things in our childhood, especially like childhood neglect, it's kind of like second nature, you know? It's something that we've learned over time to protect ourselves and to be included within a larger community, is to be this quote unquote perfect version of ourselves. But over time, it feels like you're recognizing that you don't have to be this perfect version of yourself, that you are still lovable for all the happy accidents, for all the flaws, for all the imperfections that you have. You are still lovable. You are still worthy of love. You are still the Empress who can be receptive to those around them. You know, it feels like this. I'm seeing the phoenix again. I'm seeing the phoenix dying and then coming back to life in Harry Potter. So it feels like you're someone who's coming back to life in regards to nurturing yourself, especially your childhood self. And you're recognizing that some of your reactions, some of the ways in your behaviors in which you move in the world come from a place of this wounded child. And that's part of the shadow, you know? This might be something that you haven't really looked at yet because it's really hard to, it's painful to admit that these things have happened in life, and B, you might not have had the time. But if you're listening to this video right now, you are probably someone who has your divine self, your soul, really wanting you to look at it, because you do now have the time and you recognize that you're responsible for yourself and that no one but you will make yourself happy. So yeah, you're taking this time right now. So pat yourself on the back first off for really taking the time for yourself right now to just be here and listen and nurture those aspects, those experiences that you have learned in the past, to nurture your own heart again and realize that you are worthy of love in all states, in every single way in which you move about the world. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be love and light. You don't have to be someone who's holding it together. It's okay for you to take the time to just be in all of your authenticity. You can break down, you can be vulnerable, you can cry, you can yell, you can scream, you know? You can just emote, generally. It feels like how the divine wants you to nurture this shadow self of yours is to kind of clean up and refresh and balance your overall well-being by loving all parts of yourself. Okay, so let's get these last cards for you here. You have sound healing. I love that for you. Sound healing is great. You can do the bowls for sound healing, but you can also just listen to music that makes you feel heard, makes you feel seen. That's the beautiful thing about music, is that there's artists out there who have gone through the same things as you and who have put it out in music, and it makes it so that people emotionally can really be seen and be recognized. So I think that'd be really great for you. You also have journal. So just journaling what you're going through, how you're feeling. And I know journaling sometimes hard. I have a hard time journaling myself. So like, it doesn't have to be like you always writing down things. You can always just like also go on Pinterest and just like save photos, or like go online and save photos. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the traditional sense of what journaling is. It's more of just self-reflection and recognizing how you're feeling and what's resonating with you at this time, and how you can kind of express that in a way where you can see your self-expression back. Okay, last card, and you have sync with the moon. So if you are someone who likes to do moon work, if you're someone who does rituals, new moon, full moon rituals, that would be wonderful for you right now. For example, actually, I don't know if a new moon, I think a new moon just passed, but it doesn't matter. This is a timeless reading. So you can look up what cycle of the moon you're in right now, and depending on that, that might be a good foundation for you in which you can just recognize where you're at and where you want to be. For example, if you see that you're in like a full moon stage, Maybe you're still at a point where you need to release a lot of baggage, a lot of pent up emotion, a lot of repressed emotion. So for example, if I would personally, in a full moon state, I've done this before and it's felt wonderful. So in full moon states, I've journaled ways in which I've felt about other people. For example, it's fully expressive. Like, you do it in a way where you honor all of your emotions. So if you're mad about it, you write as if you're mad about it. You let those emotions pour through the page. You don't sugarcoat it. You're not like, but it's okay. No, you say, fuck this person did X, Y, and Z to me, I hate them so much, blah, 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 blah. You really dig down and deep into those emotions. And other than ruining that relationship, you safely put it on paper. And during a full moon, if you can safely light a bonfire somewhere, or burn the paper on like a stovetop. Again, be very safe with this. No ways in which you can protect yourself from fire hazards. Then burn those pages. It's going to feel so cleansing. It's going to feel like rejuvenating. And another example would be like the new moon. If you were going through a stage and you see like the new moon's coming up and you want to do a new moon ritual, you can do something where you write down and list things in which you want to change and how you want to go back about this new moon cycle. For example, like saying, and you don't burn this one, you keep this one. You keep this one so that you can come back to it later and see what you've done. Like, if you're going through a new moon and you're like, oh, I want to walk more, or I want to hang out with my friends more, or I want to eat healthier, have a more controlled portion size or something, whatever you're going through at the moment, that you write those things down. You write physical things about the ways in which you want to change your life and change into this new version of you, and then you keep it and you save it, and then you go back to it every time you need a reminder or inspiration of how you want to go about your life. And all of this, you can always do this while playing music in the background and, finding new music. I feel like music is going to be really helpful in regards to processing and emoting and relating and helping you get through the day. Yeah. Okay. So those are the ways in which your divine self wants to nurture the shadow self. I hope you enjoyed. I really hope this resonated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or evening. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. If you've chosen the Klimt Tarot Empress card, then this is your reading. So today we're looking at the question of how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self. Let's begin. So we're going to get some thematic cards to start. And while I'm shuffling, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on this reading out of all the readings that you could have clicked on. All right. So how does my pile 2s want to nurture the shadow self? You have Eclipse and Aquarius, Awakening. Ooh, this is my first time getting this card, so that's awesome. Your deeper resolve rises. All right. Oh, interesting. You have also another eclipse in Leo. You have compassion, shine brightly like the star you are. Ooh, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of someone like getting out of the imposter syndrome phase. Yeah. That's how it feels like. It feels like how, like, what you're going through right now is this, like, new awakening in regards to recognizing that it's okay for you to shine, that it's okay for you to be yourself. It's okay for you to be aligned with yourself and then put it out there in the world, you know? It feels like you're someone who has gone through the challenges and stages of kind of like being a wallflower, being someone who minimizes yourself because you don't want to hurt other people's feelings. And it is a very beautiful thing to be that compassionate and be that kind to other people. But in regards to how the divine wants you to nurture this shadow self, it is saying, be compassionate towards yourself. Be able to let your light shine, because sometimes when you let yourself be yourself, you allow others to do the same. And it might actually be a hindrance to other people if you don't allow yourself to share yourself with the world. So in regards to this nurturing of the shadow self, I know it comes from a place of self-protection as well, because sometimes people who are jealous can do really awful things. They can say really mean things. They can bully, they can bite, they can just do like the most awful kind of actions and say the most awful kind of words to try to make themselves feel better. But that doesn't make sense when you put someone else down to make yourself feel better. Like, there's something deeply like wrong about that, you know? It's not coming from a place of love, it's coming from a place of fear. And you, my dear, are someone who comes from a place of love, so much so that sometimes it can turn into almost a fear, because you don't want other people's projections to come onto you, because you're just being you, you know? You might be someone who is really, really smart. And I'm seeing this like meme of like the smart girl who doesn't want anyone to know that they're smart. So you might be someone who just kind of hides the fact, your academic accolades and the ways in which you perform really well on that stage. It feels like you don't want to hurt your friends' feelings by being like, yeah, I got like a 95 on the test. So you don't really like say anything. You're like, it feels like you minimize yourself. Or like if you got a promotion at work or something, you don't want to tell your partner because you don't want to make them feel bad. You know, that's how it feels right now. That feels like that's what your shadow self is this kind of protective nature of yourself, because you don't only want to protect yourself, but you also want to protect other people from feeling bad. And the thing is that those who are in your corner, those that love you, those that are really your people, will not make you feel bad for the advances you make in life, you know? It feels like you need to know that the people who are for you will celebrate your successes with you, who will love you and recognize your talents and really mirror this sense of celebration. Mirror the sense of compassion, mirror the sense of kindness and of love that you already know how to give to yourself, but are afraid to show others. Yeah. And especially with this Empress having the helmet on, That's one of the first things I noticed about this card, is that this Empress particularly has their helmet on. And so that's how it feels like. It feels like you're someone who protects yourself quite heavily, especially from like psychic attacks as well. It feels like you might have people who do mirror like that celebration energy, but there's like this feeling deep down that like something's not right, and it feels like you have to protect yourself from this energy of jealousy. Yeah, that's a heavy one. This energy of jealousy that you don't want coming your way. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense, because jealousy is a really scary emotion to be at the receiving end of, because people in the past have unalived people because of their jealousy, you know? Like, it is honestly a really scary emotion sometimes. And people who don't have emotional management or the capacity to cope are dangerous. And I think a part of you kind of recognizes that. So that's why you continue to like not share yourself fully to others, because you don't want others to feel that way. But it feels like you're someone who's already really rooted, because I'm drawn to the chakras here. It feels like you're someone who's already really rooted, and what is left in regards to your alignment is being able to voice your successes and really like put that out there, and like and just kind of be serene and be with yourself, knowing that you do the best that you can every day. And if people don't like it, it really is their problem. Sorry, I really want to move this here. It feels more balanced that way. It really feels like it is people's problem for them to not celebrate your successes with you and to have that jealousy, you know? Like, yeah. So in regards to how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self is to be able to step into expressions in which you can be yourself, especially with others, and recognize that you deserve to have the spotlight. You deserve to be in a space where you are celebrated. And I keep coming back to that. Like, it feels like a part of you can't celebrate yourself, and it's because of the jealousy around you. So let's continue on with the Klimt Tarot to just get more messages. And yeah. So how does the divine want my pile twos to nurture their shadow self? You have the Eight of Swords. How does the divine? You have the Three of Swords. Okay. You have the Tower. Ooh. Yeah. I'm saying ooh yeah like that because it's like you're gonna cause tower moments for other people. Like, that's just a thing. You have the Ace of Swords. You have the Chariot. I'm gonna get one last card. Or I guess two last cards. Then you have Death as well as Temperance. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of Major Arcana cards. 4 Major Arcana cards. Okay, so this is a big deal for you. You know, in regards to your shadow self, this is one of the bigger aspects of your shadow self that you're working on right now. So what the divine wants you to do in terms of nurturing the shadow self, give me one moment. Okay, yeah. So the Eight of Swords in this stack is all about imprisonment, feeling trapped, psychological block, especially moral duty. And I feel like that's what's going on. And in terms of what you have to recognize about your shadow self, a part of you does feel really trapped. It feels like you're trying to have this moral duty to others so that you don't make them feel bad because you're accomplishing things. But at the same time, by doing that, you are psychologically blocking yourself into not celebrating yourself the ways in which you really want to. There's a part of you that really wants to just say, fuck it. Like, let me be me. Like with this Tower moment here, it feels like a part of you has to recognize that you're going to cause Tower moments in others. You're going to cause this upheaval, this jealousy, this breaking of the self in others. And it's not your fault. With this Ace of Swords right next to it, this is a new chapter for you to recognize that anything you do will trigger others regardless, but keeping yourself small won't solve anything. Keeping yourself in a way in which you're trying to please others is doing yourself a disservice. And honestly, like, you know that at the end of the day, only you are responsible for your emotions. Only you are responsible for your successes. Only you can really bask in this glory of who you are. And recognize that you will shed this light on other people, that if they aren't in your corner, if they really aren't for you, then like they will fall away. But if they are, then that means you have people who are secure in themselves as much as you are to be in a space in which you all can celebrate each other. And it's a very happy thing. It's a very joyous occasion. It kind of feels like the summer. It kind of feels like when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends and you're all having a good time. It's not like one person is better than the other person because they're playing a certain way. No, you're all having fun, and that's the point. I think you'll find your soul family and the people who you can have fun with and you can have a good time with by being yourself and nurturing this shadow self of yours that feels trapped, that feels imprisoned, And you're going to continue to do it in a way that is very balanced, that is very tempered. With this Temperance card here, it feels like you will pour into yourself as well as other people this sense of... Sorry, there's construction going on in the background, so it's a little distracting. You will pour love back into yourself, especially into your mind. It feels like when you allow yourself to nurture yourself, your shadow self, in the ways in which you allow yourself to be celebrated, there's gonna be this cleansing of the mind in the way where you'll feel a lot easier being in your body. You won't feel like the need to doom scroll all the time. You won't feel like you're in this stuck position. It feels more like when you're able to really bask in this success, that you'll be able to show all these parts of yourself and be yourself generally. And what do I mean by that? I just mean you'll be able to be authentic in yourself. Like you'll be able to be like, you'll feel happy to like call your friend, call your partner, your loved one, your family, be like, yeah, I got the job, I got the promotion, and then feel amazing when they're like, oh my god, that's so awesome, let's celebrate, let's go to dinner. Like, you know, like it'll just feel like you can love life again, and you can celebrate life again, and you don't have to hide yourself away, you know. And that's a great segue into this Three of Swords, because this Three of Swords is very insecure. That's how it feels like. This Three of Swords feels very insecure because it's dealing with so much tumultuous events in their life. Yeah. In this deck, the Three of Swords represents grief, sadness, apprehension, an identity crisis. Yeah, and that's really how it feels. Like, it feels like when it comes to your shadow self, there is this identity crisis because a part of you knows that you are amazing and you are this really capable person in regards to whatever endeavor you're doing right now. You are someone who can get the job done in a way that is really suited for the job, you know. Like, that's how this Three of Swords, it feels like it's an identity crisis, because when you don't give yourself the opportunity to celebrate that success, when you don't give yourself the opportunity to recognize this aspect of yourself, it feels like you're at war with yourself. You're at war with your mind, because on one hand you're like, yeah, like I'm so capable at doing this thing, and then on the other hand you're just like, am I, you know? And there's this feeling of self-doubt, of this imposter syndrome, of being like, oh, I don't deserve the recognition I have, or the accolades I have. But you do. You really do. With this Chariot and Death card clarifying this Three of Swords, it's saying to move forward. It's saying to let that identity crisis die and move forward with who you are and being the beautiful, magnificent, capable person that you are. That is that's how your divine self wants you to nurture your shadow self, is being able to be free, to be you. And it feels like a lot of this apprehension and grief and sadness will kind of dissipate once you allow yourself to take charge with your life, and take charge and recognize, yeah, you did that. Yeah, you were the one that did that. Whatever that may be, you know, you are the one that worked hard, stayed late, you know, studied hard, you know, like cooked those great meals, whatever it might be for you. You are the one who really did the job, and you did it well. So it's time for you to say goodbye to having to protect other people's feelings, and say hello into honoring your own feelings. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get a couple of self-care oracle cards just for some more explicit acknowledgement of how your divine self wants to take care of your soul. Yeah, right now my neighbor is cutting the grass of their lawn, and I think that's like a metaphor for you right now. It's kind of like you let the grass grow, and like it's like when you have like a really long haircut that you need to cut off. That's how it feels. You need to cut off this imposter feeling of yours. You need to be able to to celebrate yourself and love yourself and recognize that like you deserve your accomplishments. You really deserve them because you put in the work for them. You are the one who did this. And yeah. All right. Can I get 2 cards? Thank you. You have, love this for you. You have beauty ritual. So one way in which your divine self wants you to take care of your shadow self is to do a beauty ritual. And I think this beauty ritual is just like one of the most perfect things for you, because you can physically put in the work on yourself to be like, like I did my nails or like, I paid for getting my nails done. I now know my skin routine well. I know how to do my hair the way in which it's healthy and most resonant for me. You know, it feels like you'll be able to really start shedding away this imposter syndrome when you're in a position of doing things for yourself, especially in regards to beauty, of taking care of yourself. I think that's one of the biggest messages, to take care of yourself. You're allowed to take care of yourself. You're allowed to love yourself in this way and know that you were the one who did it. There are 4 here, so I'll take all 4. Okay, you have abundance planning. So just recognizing that with the money that you accumulated and you earned it, you can go ahead and buy yourself things, you know. I know there are sometimes we're in a state where we don't feel like we deserve to buy ourselves a new like shirt or like a new record or like a new X, Y, and Z, because we want to save up, or we want to or we have the thing still and it's not completely broken, but it's like not working right. But just know that you can abundance plan. You can spend your money responsibly on things that you need. You also have sweet treat. I love that for you. Sweet treat. Again, you deserve to have like a sweet treat. You deserve to have like a little something for you to feel good about yourself, you know? You did a 10K run. Go get that fucking brunch that you deserve, you know? You just walked for like 15 minutes. Go eat that smoothie. That's fucking delicious. And you also have sing. And I think that's such a great closer, because sing is all about self-expression. It's all about loving yourself. And it also comes from this throat chakra place where you get to really feel your words and feel good about expressing yourself. I think those are ways in which are beautiful for you to really, really bask in the glory of yourself, bathe in this beautiful essence that is you, you know? The divine really wants you to recognize that you're amazing. And you should really act like it. And that's how it wants you to nurture your shadow self, is to recognize your accomplishments, to celebrate your accomplishments, regardless of how that makes others feel. Because what the divine wants you to do in terms of nurturing your shadow self is being able to prioritize your shadow self, being able to prioritize your own feelings, and get out of this identity crisis, out of this grief, and into this place of newness and of self-acceptance. So those are the messages that I have for you today, my pile twos. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this resonated, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye. Hi, my pile threes. If you've chosen the Soul Tarot deck and this Empress card, then this is your reading. So, Today we're going through the question of how does my divine self want to nurture my shadow self? And so we'll get started. We're going to pull a couple of cards from the Zodiac Moon reading cards to get a thematic energy read on what's going on right now. And as I shuffle, I want to say thank you so much for being here, taking the time for you to take care of yourself. And yeah. All right. So how does the divine self want to nurture the shadow self for my pile number 3s? How does the divine self want to nurture the shadow self for my pile number 3s? How does the divine self want to nurture the shadow self? Interesting. You also have this sun in Libra. Enjoy life with music, love, and romance. Oh, and you have 2 more cards, which I'll probably get another. Excuse me. You have the sun in Gemini. Hone your negotiation and relationship skills, communications, as well as sun in Taurus. Boost self-worth and finances. There's a lot of sun cards here. How does the divine self want to nurture the shadow self? Just one more card. Oh, okay. And then you also have the sun in Leo. A time of celebration and success. That's a lot of sun energy. Yeah. Okay. The sun usually deals with the ego, the self, the parts of us that are more known. So this deals a lot with others right now, especially with the harmony communications. In terms of your shadow self, this feels like this kind of hits all of the places. It does your relationships, your finances, your personal aspects. Again, this is really an invigoration of your ego, of yourself, I'm seeing one of the cards from a different deck, like balancing the ego, healing the ego. That's how it feels. It feels like this is the pile in which you're learning that it's okay to have an ego. It is okay to take care of yourself. It is okay for you to have a healthy sense of who you are, especially in the sense of being very organized and responsible and practical. With this Empress here, I know the Empress is usually ruled by Taurus, but this one feels a lot more Virgoian because of how neat and tidy everything is in this Empress cards. If you see, like, the harvest here is like, one sec. If you see here, like, the harvest is like super neat, like the stream of water is super neat. Everything about this card is just very, very neat, very tidy. So it feels like you might be cleaning up a lot of aspects of your life right now. And it's because of you getting this shift of you really pouring back into yourself, of loving yourself, of kind of being a little bit more self-centered. And that doesn't mean you're selfish. It means that you're putting yourself first. And we love that for you. I'm seeing a lot of different glow up videos come up in my head. So it feels like you've just gone through a major glow up. You've gone through a phase where you've been pouring into yourself. You've been pouring into yourself, your beauty, your finances, your relationships, and your personal development especially. It feels like this has been something that's you've been building your confidence, building your self-worth, building your expression of yourself, especially. Yeah, and it's kind of made other people thirsty for you because they see how much love and care you have for yourself. They see how much joy and compassion you have for yourself, especially with this Sun and Taurus boost of self-worth and finances, practicalities. You've been practically putting in the work, you know? You've been showing up to your job the best you can. You've been going to the gym, you've been taking those walks, you know, you've been responsibly planning your abundance, you've been tracking down your spending, you've been doing the work, you know, and it's really showed, and it's really showing in regards to yourself and others around you. So I'm wondering how the divine wants you to nurture the shadow self. Okay, we're gonna get some tarot for you. Some symbolic soul tarot to see how does okay you have the 10 of Cups in reverse, you have the Knight of Wands upright. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, you have the Emperor. I love how you have the Empress and then the Emperor, and then you have the Hermit in reverse, and then you also have the 2 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you're moving forward with the future. This is your hot girl summer. That's how it feels. It feels like you're gonna be your hot girl summer. This is a timeless reading, but this is in the spring around May, and this is the time in which you are going through your hot girl summer. And you 100% deserve it because you've been putting in the work. So with the 10 of Cups in reverse, as well as the Knight of Wands upright, it feels like how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self is to kind of like be able to play the field. That's how it feels. It feels like it wants you to play the field. It like and be okay with being a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more seductive, a little bit more open, a little bit more I'm hearing the name Don Lothario. So if you play The Sims, you know Don Lothario is a character that's a lot more charismatic and a lot more how do I say this kindly, who is a romantic to many people at once. So it feels like what your divine self wants you to nurture and how your divine self wants you to nurture your shadow self is to be able to enjoy life and all that it has to offer, all the romance that it has to offer, all the joy, the love, the abundance that it has to offer. Again, this is your hot girl summer. And I think a part of you needs to know that it's okay for you to enjoy this hot girl summer. You do not have to tie yourself down to one person if that's not your style. Again, it's okay to be polyamorous. It's okay to play the field. It's okay to network. It's okay to reach out to other people. It is okay for you to extend yourself to others at this time in your life, because you are at a time where you're feeling yourself, you know, and that confidence is so radiating. It is so magnificent, and it comes from a place of discipline. With the Emperor clarifying the Empress, this is a place of you get to rest, relax, and receive because you put in the work. You showed up every day. You woke up at 5 a.m. every single day. You went to the gym 3 to 4 times a week when you plan. You meditated every day. You saved, you planned, you did the work, and you're continuously doing the work. As long as you continuously do the work and continuously show up for yourself, then it allows you to be this Empress. Do you know the saying, like, I'm high maintenance so that I can be low maintenance. That's how it feels like with you. Like, there are these people who will do high maintenance things, like they will go get their skin care routine in a high maintenance way, like every like couple weeks, or they'll go get their hair done every like 4 months, or they'll like tattoo makeup on themselves, and that's a high maintenance thing, right? But they do it so that in everyday life they can be low maintenance. They don't have to worry about their skin, they don't have to worry about makeup, they don't have to worry about their hair, because they put in the work and did the high maintenance before so that they can be low maintenance after. And that's how it really feels with you. It feels like you're someone who's out here really just like enjoying your life, enjoying your time, enjoying your energy, and just having fun. You know, with the sun, with so many sun cards here, it is a time for you to shine. It is a time for you to really bask in your glory. It is a time for you to be okay with showing yourself and being in the spotlight. You know, especially with the Hermit card in reverse and the Two of Wands in the reverse, it feels like you're over the past. You're over whatever happened in the past. You no longer like care about the past that way, and you don't have to really hermit yourself. You don't have to hide yourself away. You don't have to do that inner spiritual work, because you've done it. You've done that inner spiritual work. And because you've taken the time to do that and cultivate yourself in that way, you get to be this Knight of Wands. You get to, again, go around, explore, have fun, travel, you know, like meet new people, enjoy life. And then like you don't have to do it in a way where you feel like, again, like you're tied down. And if you have a partner, it doesn't mean like you have to break up with your partner or anything like that. It's more of you're okay with stepping out of the normal familial roles that you play. So for example, if you are more of the breadwinner, other than coming home and just kind of like staying home, I guess you're okay and to like go out with your buddies, or go out with your family to eat, or like just having more adventure times with them. Other than feeling so lethargic after work, it feels like you'll be able to take trips and go on adventures, like go camping, go to Wonderland. I'm in Canada, so Wonderland is our version of Disneyland. You'll be able to go to fairs, and you'll be able to enjoy the weather, you know, go out for walks, go to the ravine, go on hiking trails. You'll be able to enjoy that aspect. And if you're someone who's more of a domestic laborer, then you are, again, able to take your family out and go fishing, go hiking, go skiing. I know I said hot girl summer, but like if it's the winter time, like you can go do that as well. Go on vacation. You'll be able to go out with your friends, you know, enjoy life. That's what the main thing that your divine self wants, like how your divine self wants you to nurture your shadow self, is this feeling of being able to enjoy life, enjoy yourself, enjoy all of what the world has to offer, because you've done the work. You really put in that effort. You really put in that kind of time to be able to now spend it, you know, like, yeah. And yeah, if you're single right now, this is a go ahead, go play the field, go enjoy yourself, you know, like you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. You can go and date around, like that's the thing. If you're single right now, like have fun getting to know more people. You don't have to just tie yourself down to one person, like looking for the one. You really don't. You can be searching for people who match your energies in some way. Maybe you'll meet someone who loves yoga as much as you do, or you'll meet someone who loves hiking as much as you do, or someone who loves cooking as much as you do. You know, you're okay with having people not be everything for you. You're okay with expanding your network and expanding who you are and kind of moving forward with life. Again, this is a really big time for you to celebrate your successes and the hard work that you put in, and to also magnify that by being harmonious, by communicating with others, by extending your relationships and strengthening your relationships. Yeah. And this is because you also have put in a lot of work in regards to your self-worth and your finances. This is a very second house kind of deal. This is really about you feeling worthy and knowing that it's okay. And I see 333 on the clock. So this is a really heart-centered space where your divine self just wants you to enjoy. Enjoy what's coming next. Enjoy what's happening now. Enjoy all this heart-centered space, love that you get to receive and give back. Okay, we're gonna have 2 more cards for you. You have aromatherapy, and I'm seeing it less as aromatherapy, more of as perfumes. So treating yourself to some new scents, I think you'll love that. Ooh, and of course we have this one. We have pleasure. Man, I knew it. Okay, so yeah, like this is really a time for you to really be with your body, please your body, love your body. Love your life, love yourself, love your mind, your soul. But this is also about physical pleasure quite a bit. So like it's okay. Just know that like how the divine self wants you to nurture your shadow self, just know that it's okay to be in a space where you can love yourself and love and please yourself and have others help you please yourself, you know? It's not a sin for you to want to release, to put it a bit more PG. It is something beautiful for you to allow yourself to come into a space where you can receive that love and receive that care and like, yeah, give yourself the space to really enjoy life, really, really bask in these moments, you know? This is such a high point. Like, this is a very like, you know, in a movie where like things are just kind of going well, this is that time for you, you know? This is that time for you to have your hot girl summer, your hot person summer, your hot boy summer, whatever you want to identify with. But this is your time. And don't feel guilty about it. Enjoy it. Love it. This is for you. Please enjoy it. Yeah. Sometimes when I look at my past in regards to these moments in my life, I'm happy for when I got to really soak in and be present with it and enjoy all that life had to offer. So I hope you can do the same. I know this is a little bit shorter of a reading, but I really love this message for you. I really hope you enjoy this time in your life and you have a great time expanding and strengthening the relationships around you and pleasing yourself and giving and receiving love. Because again, this is how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self, to feel all that is. And I don't feel like you're gonna feel guilty or shameful about it. I feel like you're past that. I just feel like you're just gonna enjoy it and you're just gonna love it. And this is just a reminder for you that you can embrace this soft and nurturing aspects for your soul. So, eat your ice cream, enjoy your time, and yeah, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have I know you're gonna have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Yeah, so take care. Love you lots. Hi, my pile fours. If you've chosen the Dancing in the Dark Tarot, then this is your reading. So today we're asking the question of how the divine self wants to nurture the shadow self. And yeah, so let's get into it. We're gonna get some thematic cards from the Zodiac Moon deck, and then we're gonna move on and get more tarot cards. So, how does my pile fours divine self want to nurture their shadow self? How does my pile fours divine self want them to nurture their shadow self? And while I'm shuffling, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for giving yourself the time and space to do some shadow work. I know it's not always easy, but you're here. And that's half the battle, honestly. So how does my pile fours divine self want to nurture the shadow self? You have eclipse in Taurus, reevaluation, a change of heart. Yeah. And then you also have eclipse in Scorpio, regeneration, stay firm in the eye of the storm. Okay. So, as of right now, the themes in your life that are coming up is reevaluation and regeneration. So, you're really looking at aspects of yourself that you want to change, and you are really sticking to those changes. It feels like you're putting up boundaries. It feels like a change of heart makes me feel like you might going through some relationship aspects. You might be wanting to close out a relationship right now, and you're standing firm in the ways in which you're going about the ending of that process. It feels kind of like, and it feels like it's you. It feels like you're the one who's initiating the closing of a cycle in regards to this relationship. And if it's not a relationship, this is like quitting a job. This is like ending a bad habit. This is like, this is just a ending of something that isn't aligned with you anymore. That's why we have the reevaluation card here. It's something that has to end in regards for you to move in this new direction, move in a way that feels good for you, that feels more like you. And with this eclipse in Scorpio, this regeneration, this change is something you're going to be very firm on. So in terms of how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self, it feels like to stick with it. Like, if this is going to be your pile, because whether or not you're going through changes in your life, in terms of endings especially. So it feels like if this is your pile, what the divine self wants you to nurture your shadow self is to stick with your shadow self, because you've done that shadow work. That's the thing. It feels like you've shown up for this yourself in regards to recognizing and reevaluating what's meant in your life and what's not. And so this is just support. This is just confirmation for you to continue to stand firm in what you're going through and continue to be in a space where you are sticking to your guns. So what do I mean by that? I mean, like, for example, if you are breaking up with someone and they're like, no, but I don't want to break up. Like, give me one more chance. Like, I can change. You're going to be like, no, I need this time for myself. No, I need this space for myself because I don't feel like this is healthy for me anymore, And another example would be like you quitting a job and then the manager being like, no, stay, we'll give you a raise, we really need you here, like I don't know how I'm gonna replace you. You're gonna be like, no, this job isn't for me. I don't care about the promotion or the raise that you're giving me. I'm no longer feeling like this job opportunity is a good fit for where I want to head in my career, you know? And if it's like a bad habit, you might be like, oh, like just let's say you say you have an addiction or something, and you're trying to have a healthy relationship with that substance, other than being like, yeah, let me just like have one more hit or smoke one more bowl or something like that. You're gonna be like, no, I said that I'm not gonna put myself back down this road. I'm gonna be clean and not put myself through the hellhole that I did the last time because I love myself. This is this pile. This is really standing strong, standing tall in what you set out for yourself. With this Empress here, she is just so divine. Look at her. She is standing tall. She is proud. She's confident. She is someone who looks like you do not want to get in the way of her. She is a bad bitch, you know? You do not want to mess with her. And I feel like that's what's going on with you right now. Like, what's happening in your life with your ending, you're very firm on it. You're someone who's going to get the job done. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're not going back on your word. This is the new you. Right now, there is just this reevaluation and change and regeneration for you to really grow into this new you. Whatever that may look like in your life. So let's get some of the tarot cards just to see more of how the divine self wants you to nurture your shadow self. All right. You have the King of Pentacles, as well as the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles energy here. Okay. You have the Ten of Pentacles. And then you also have the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and then the Four of Cups. Wow, that's interesting. There's a lot of Pentacles in your reading, but then, oh, sorry, I said Four of Cups. I meant the King of Cups. And then you have two tens here. So in regards to how the divine self wants to nurture the shadow self, it feels like this is a very practical thing for you. This is a very like material thing for you. It is also emotional with the Cups cards coming, but it feels more like what you're doing right now is, again, you're holding firm with this Four of Pentacles. It's all about this stubbornness. It's all about this possessiveness of really being firm of what you want in your life and being fulfilled with the people around you and your material abundance and your resources, you know? The King of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles for a reason. He has accomplished so much so that he can sit at his throne and be comfortable in leading. And that's how it feels like. It feels like you're taking control of your life again. You have reevaluated the things that work for you and don't work for you. And now you are coming into a new stage with this Knight of Pentacles here of being able to extend yourself outwards more so that you can also let in more, not just the resourcefulness and the material stability, but also the emotional stability, you know, with this Ten of Cups and this King of Cups here. There's this huge emotional fulfillment and stability that's coming in, excuse me, that really wants to be highlighted, because when you do, and when you stick to your guns, you're gonna make room for this new thing, for this emotional fulfillment, you know? Like, this is just a good time. Man, I am loving this reading because it feels like my collective is just going through like some like good energy, which we love. And so in regards to nurturing your shadow self, it's just being able, I already said it. I've really already said it. It's being able to, again, know what you want, know what makes you happy, know what you want to keep, and then stand firm, stand tall in your beliefs, your opinions, your decisions, and how you want to move throughout the world, standing firm in that so that you have room to extend yourself outward, so that you can have this greater emotional support, stability in your life, this greater emotional fulfillment that allows you to really enjoy all that life has to offer, you know? I'm seeing someone like catch like a huge fish. It feels like that's where you're going towards, you know? Like, you're standing firm. Like, you know, when you fish, like, I don't go fishing often. I don't actually go fishing like almost at all. I've only done it once in my lifetime, but like, it's a very like patient process, and you have to be very firm with how you're going about it, because when you reel in that fish, you have to be able to stand firm in regards to continuously reeling it in, you know? You have to have a strong like hold on yourself to be able to get that fish. So that's how it feels like with you. It feels like you're casting out lines, being patient, abiding your time, you know, like, and that's kind of like, you know, evaluating what's going on with your life. And then when you have a hold on what you want, you're going to reel that in. You're going to reel it in and be firm in it and be strong in it and make sure that it sticks with you. So this is a little bit of a shorter message, but you know, it is what it is. So let's get a couple more cards in regards to how the divine wants you to nurture your shadow self. So these are just from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle, just for like more explicit answers. So you have deep breathing. Oh, I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. So just breathing deeply so that you can keep the calm in the eye of the storm, you know? Okay, we're actually not going to do those ones because I need to shuffle a little bit more. I also only want one more card, if that's okay. So just one more card. Oh, okay, awesome. You also have look for fairies. So if you do fairy work, this is your time to connect with the fairies around you. If you don't, this could just mean being able to connect with a space of yourself that is more neutral. You know, fairies in spiritual lore, they're neither good or bad. They are neutral. They help those that are kind, and they play tricks on those that are not kind. So I feel like embracing that energy, embracing that change of being neutral, of not having to like bend over backwards for someone, and being in a space where like, you know your worth. Fairies, they know their worth, you know? They are ethereal, like angelic, I shouldn't say angelic. They're ethereal, loving, kind beings that will give you your comeuppance if you don't act properly, you know? And so I feel like they're very firm in who they are. They might look soft and nice, but they will pack a punch when needed. And I think that's how the divine wants you to go about this. It wants you to take these deep breaths when you're going through the tougher conversations with either yourself or others, and then really choose behaviors in which will karmically serve you, you know? Okay, so this is a little bit of a shorter read, but I hope you enjoyed. I hope this resonated and helped, and that you continue to do what you're doing, being a boss ass bitch, and continue to receive all these blessings that are coming for you, you know? There's a lot for you, like a lot that is coming for you. And as long as you stick to your decisions and your beliefs, I think everything's going to be great. And it's going to pan out the way it's meant to, and the way that you want it to, and that you deserve. All right. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening and doing the shadow work with me today. Thank you for your divine self for coming through, your shadow self for coming through. And yeah, thank you for any other spiritual beings that were here to help in regards to giving you this message. Yeah. I love you so, so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, or evening. Take care. Bye.